Four meeting planners, Ariel, Belle, Jasmine and Cinderella, were having a drink one evening and musing about the perfect speaker for their next event. "I want one that has overcome some kind of physical challenge, one that's been paralysed from a sports injury and has recovered," says Ariel. "I bet he would really inspire the audience. Because we can't afford a big-name celebrity, I want a modern-day Napoleon Hill who has interviewed and hung out with the most powerful and successful people on the planet who can teach us what they taught him," says Belle. "I want someone who is a New York Times best-selling author, like one of those Chicken Soup for the Soul writers," says Cinderella. "I bet he would connect emotionally with the audience." "I want an adventurer, someone who's been in space, flown fighter jets, raced cars, won sailing races, entertained our combat troops, and has even carried the Olympic torch," replied Jasmine. Ariel says, "I also want someone whose business intelligence has helped transform the mindsets of world-class organizations around the globe." Sounds great, but it would take the magic of a fairy godmother to walk in here and give us all that in one speaker. Just then, the fairy godmother suddenly appears in front of the meeting planners, dressed in a tutu and a wand, and says, "Ladies, I am Queen La Speaker, and I am the fairy godmother of meeting planners." She points to a man across the room and says, "Let me tell you about the Prince Charming of motivational speakers, Dan Clark. He's done all that and more. Unlike that other guy on TV, Dan is the most interesting man in the world." "But Queen La Speaker, is he for real?" asks Ariel. "How can one man have done all that stuff? Does he just give canned presentations, or does he customize them to each company?" asks Belle. "Is he a pro? Will he be easy to work with, stick to time and budget constraints, and be humble and respectful, yet charismatic and funny?" Yes, he is all that. That's why he's been named one of the top 10 speakers in the world. He's in the National Speakers Hall of Fame with Zig Ziglar, Ronald Reagan, Earl Nightingale, and others. He customizes each talk to the company, doing research and finding out what matters to them. And he really relates to our personal lives, as he was named Utah's Father of the Year. There must be something wrong with him, the four meeting planners asserted. No one is that perfect. Queen La Speaker leaned in confidentially and whispered, "Well, yes, you're right. He does have one flaw. He can only be in one place at a time, so you better book him before the other meeting planners do." 3 months later, Ariel, Belle, Jasmine and Cinderella are at happy hour again with their new friend, Mulan. And then he got a standing ovation. He was the highest rate speaker we've ever had. And he made us look great in front of our boss. Mulan says, "Who?" Together they all say, "Dan Clark." To see if Dan Clark is available to speak to your audience, call or email his office today.